January 3rd. 1987. We have to remember to change our dates to 87. And we're sitting on the patio with all the beautiful flowers that we have received. This first was a corsage from Richard to wear for Christmas. And, oh no, first he got me the poinsettia. Then he got me this to wear for the Christmas Eve program and Christmas Day. And I also wore it for church on Sunday. And then for our anniversary, he got me a half a dozen long stem roses. The vase tipped over and broke one, so we have one in a small vase. And Alan and Susan sent us a dozen long stemmed roses. And our friends, the Coles, that we went out with dinner with on our anniversary, New Year's Eve, gave us the carnations.
I'll go get the balloons.
Oh, forgot the balloons. Oh, we have to have the balloons in here. That's bad to forget those, but they're sitting up by the ceiling in the living room. Here he comes with the balloons. And two of them say happy anniversary. Okay, now you have to say something. Dolly just went by. You want me to hold those? Anyway, was this ever exciting? So many things happened. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, this is Saturday, the night after the big championship football game at Fiesta Bowl in Tempe, Arizona, that we stayed up and watched. Penn State beat Miami. Theoretically, we should have been rooting for Miami, but I didn't have much inclination to do that.
So, but we really like to watch Penn State.
So we watched Penn State beat up on Miami, which was pretty good as far as we're concerned. And the sun is shining after our couple rainy days since we've been down here. One night about a week ago, an inch, and then a couple days ago, an inch and a half of rain. And it's kind of cool.
Very comfortable.
I had to put a long sleeve shirt on in place of a short sleeve shirt. That's about the only difference that I could see as far as the weather is concerned. Yesterday we went over to Dade City and bought 5 sheets of 3/4 inch styrofoam, and we've put that all around the edge of our patio, below the windows and above the windows. I'll show that to you in just a minute. What we need is a third person on the camera to zoom in on the things we're talking about, but just think, oh, there's 2 of us, why we'll have to point, and then I'll go back and fill you in on it. So next we will put paneling on that over the top of the styrofoam and fasten it to the aluminum frame of the patio. So it will serve 2 purposes. It will sort of finish off the patio with a wood finish, something like the inside of our house is. And the styrofoam in there will be an insulator against the sun and the heat and the cold of the evenings. It does get chilly here at night. We enjoy our electric blanket. Otherwise, during the day, like now, it's sunshiny and shirt sleeve weather.
We turned the furnace on day before yesterday for the first time, didn't we?
Yeah. Turned it on and left it on about 3 cycles, and then that was it. It doesn't take much to warm the house up in the morning. We don't need it on at night, but it does help in the morning. I'll turn this back to Lillian now.
We couldn't fix the flowers up here so we could take a picture of them until we had taken care of all the Christmas decorations that I had spread all over here in boxes. So we had to tidy things up just a little bit. The bouquet of roses to my right are the ones that Dad brought me as a surprise for my anniversary. And so I put it in a low bowl so we would preserve it, and it has opened up. And the one next to it is the vase of carnations that Coles gave us. Here, to my left, is the dozen long-stem roses that Alan and Susan gave us. They were delivered, and these balloons also were with that. At the time that Alan had called to wish us a happy anniversary, and fella came to the door with the flowers and the balloons that came with the dozen of long-stemmed roses. Starting of the Christmas decorations, the poinsettia down on the floor, and then my croissant.
Well, this is February 14th,
Why didn't you let Walter say that?
1986. You tell the rest of it.
You don't need me in it. You're just presenting it.
February 14,
No.
1987,
Well, Ed needs
here at beautiful Rainbow Village, Zephyrhills, Florida, where Richard and Lillian live in this fine home in this beautiful park. Now, Richard and Lillian have done something very special, and Richard, why don't you tell us what you're doing here with these books that you and Lillian are holding?
This is Michigan Centennial Farm Heritage Sedgwick Centennial History. This is the 150th year of Michigan's birth. And it was done by the Michigan Centennial Farm Association, of which we are members. And this book is made up of the stories of many of the historical farms of Michigan who have been in the family at least 100 years, and some of them are 150 years. And Lily and I sent in our story of the farm, and here it is. This is a picture down here of the back of the brick house, and this is our story. And over here is a picture of the west porch with Lily and I sitting on the porch. Now, Walter, I want to present this to you, and Leora. Come on over, Leora. You're part of the show,
Right?
and this is your copy of the book.
Thank you.
Thank you very
You
much.
couldn't have done a nicer thing.
I think this is a wonderful thing to do.
Hey, Celie and Ed, here's a copy that we are very happy to present to you about the farm upon which you were born many years ago.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
And we're happy to do that, and Lily and I will remember the work we put in getting this thing ready and the fact that we can share it with you and Walter, and we're happy that that is the case in point.
We're happy the book's
Now,
ready today.
I want to report
That's
that these folks came
keepsake.
down here, arrived here Thursday afternoon from a long, disjointed trip to southern Texas and up here staying with us now for a few days. And do you want to say anything about your trip?
Just the weather's been great. We saw lots of sights along the way. We were a week in Harlingen, Texas, and then we came east along the coast, Gulf Coast, to Florida. Places we'd never been.
Where did you go, Ed?
I followed her.
Did you have any car trouble?
None.
Did you use your trailer?
No.
What are you driving
No.
around?
We're taking a trip, and we're speculating on a place to reside later in our old age.
Not yet.
And Arizona, Florida,
Okay.
and perhaps Arkansas might be considerations.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So,
Walter, just leave it on. Come on over here. Is it still on? No. Well, Walter, I'd like to tell you, give us a thumbnail sketch of your trip so far.
Well, it's been a very interesting trip, 4,000 miles. We left San Luis Obispo January 21, and we've seen many things along the way. Arrived here last Wednesday evening, and one day ahead of schedule. Appreciate the hospitality. We're enjoying Zephyrhills in Florida, and we're leaving tomorrow morning on down Central Florida and eventually on to Homestead, down the Everglades, where we're going to an elder hostel for a week.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And I want to mention that this afternoon we were out here at the airport. We can hear the airplanes flying in the air now. You may not be able to pick it up on the mic, but they were taking 40 parachuters up at a time right over here to our left, about to probably 2 miles, maybe 3 miles straight east of us at the Zephyrhills Airport. And they were jumping out of the airplane and floating down to the earth, and we all enjoyed that. That was quite a sight.
Never saw anything like that before. Great experience. We really appreciate it. Well, you've done a lot of nice things.
February 14th.
February 14th, 1987,
Zephyrhills.
Rainbow Village, Zephyrhills, Florida, in front of Richard and Lillian's
I gotta go get Ed.
home in this beautiful park. And just today, Richard and Lillian received this beautiful Michigan Centennial Farm Heritage book. And he has a copy for Richard, for Ed and Celia, and one for Leora and me. And down on page 257,
Open it up.
open it up, Lillian.
Help me
And
get
let's
find
see that
257.
beautiful picture, two pictures of the brick house
Right there
and a
at the
write-up
bottom.
of the history of the Phelps Green Schroeder farm here in Eaton County.
Right, see,
Did you
this
see
is
that,
the
Leora?
write-up.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
This is the write-up.
Did you see that, Ed?
That's
Carry those
beautiful.
flowers around.
And see,
Yeah.
here's
And
the
then here-
new porch.
Walk towards the camera.
And then here's the new porch on the back, which Richard and Lillian put on there. Isn't that nice? Beautiful book. I never seen one like this before. And here comes Ed.
This is Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine. This is for you, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
And many more
Yeah.
Valentine's
glorious
Day.
days.
Let's hear a nice
If
kiss.
you want to.
We traveled quite a ways to get
Where'd we
this.
go this afternoon?
We saw the parachutist while she took a tub bath.
Gee,
Tough that.
I don't know.
take a tub bath.
Isn't
Okay.
that the
There's the-
airplane now?
There's all the airplanes. That's the big-
Celia and Ed, you came in here a couple days ago.
long
Where'd you
way
go
around.
after you left Michigan?
Long way around. Went to Texas, Harlingen, Texas. Harlingen, Texas. And
Here we are at the beautiful Carroll Winter Residence at Anna Marie Island in Bradenton, Florida. This is the day before an official holiday, February 25th, 1987, and we're enjoying a beautiful interlude from our Zephyrhills home to be here with the Carrolls. And this is the Carroll household preparing our breakfast. A beautiful breakfast. We were here last night and we had a wonderful banquet, and we arrived here for supper last evening. That's Bill on this side and Mary on the other side. I think that's probably pretty obvious. And I want to mention also that this is the first time I've used my new birthday present, which is a wide-angle lens for our camera. This is a real addition to our camcorder equipment, because it makes it possible to get close-ups, like in a house here, and get a wider width to our picture. Where we enjoy our feast, there's Bill making last-minute preparations for a Bill Carroll special breakfast.
Well, Mary's helping.
And his first assistant is Mary out there in the kitchen. He's already served us our morning coffee to Mary and I, and they give Lillian something hot, I guess. It was water, I suppose. Now this is February 25th again, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right on the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. Right out here across from where our friends, the Bill and Mary Carrolls, live. And we're down there visiting them for a couple of days. And they're coming right towards us. It's about 72 degrees out today, and it's a beautiful day, just beautiful. You see Lillian back there picking up shells, which is plentiful on this beach, all kinds of shells. And there's a beautiful Gulf of Mexico right out there.
Down at the beach, and I am now taking pictures. Believe it or not, I'm allowed to hold this camera and take some pictures of Mary and Bill and Dad. This is the same day that Dad was taking pictures of. I think I'm supposed to walk up towards them. They're turning around now, and they're going to come here so we can really see their faces. There's Dad on the left, and Bill in the middle, and Mary on the right. Oh my goodness, Dad's decided to pick up a seashell. He made me put the seashells down when I was going to hold this camera so I wouldn't have any sand in the camera. Oh, Bill's going to bend down and pick up some shells. Mary's already picked up some. There, she's picking up one now. She's got a couple real pretty ones. Yep, there they are. Now there's an airplane going over. Can't hear that very well. It's not very often we get a picture of Richard in the, and here comes Mary, a good picture of Mary. And here comes Bill. Oh, he's right next to me. Boy, is he close. Hi, Bill.
Hi there. Smuggler's Cove. This is the resort we stayed at here on Anna Maria Island in 1984. Richard and Lillian visited with us and stayed for a couple of days. We had a great time. The weather wasn't all that good, but we did very well. This is a view of the Gulf from the Smuggler's Cove beach. Across the street, that's the resort that we stayed at. As I say, we had a very nice accommodation, and we enjoyed having Richard and Lillian to stay with us for a couple of days.
Now this is Runaway Bay, the very nice resort where Bill and Mary are staying this year and where we are visiting with them. There's the accommodations in the background. Again, this is on the main drag going north and south on Anna Marie Island, which is made up of 3 islands actually. We're on Bradenton Beach Island, and there are 2 more to the north of this, and they stretch up the road here about 12 miles, and it's about 2 miles offshore from Bradenton. There are 2 causeway bridges that come over from the mainland to this island, one on the north end, on the south end. And right behind me, down the road about 2 miles across another bridge, is Longboat Key, which many folks may have heard of. Longboat Key is a more luxurious island than this. They have tall, 12-story high living quarters, apartments and so forth for people to stay. On Anna Marie Island, the elevation is limited to 3 stories, and the island probably averages maybe a mile wide as it goes north and south off the mainland of Bradenton here in central western Florida, which of course the Gulf is the main attraction, which is right across the road here from the accommodations. And you have to look through that Marge LaCosta establishment right here, and you can see in the garage there where the cars are parked, that's the Gulf in the background. This is the shuffleboard court and the pool in the background for Runaway Bay Court. You see Lillian walking back there, and these gentlemen here are in some kind of a tournament, and by the looks on their faces, it's a very serious affair that they're engaged in. Shuffleboard is a very popular pastime for people here in Florida. No, he's on a line, so he didn't make it. Here goes another one here. No, he made one and knocked one out. Over there he got a 10. Well, he's right on top. That's a good deal. And these are the kind of people that play shuffleboard here in Florida. This is the pool outside of Bill and Mary's apartment here at Runaway Bay. The water in there is about 80 degrees, and it's about 61 degrees out in the Gulf, which I just showed you. Well, this pool is probably 150 yards inland from the Gulf of Mexico. Most of the people prefer to sit around the edge and get a suntan and visit and do all the other nice things that you do around a pool. But they do like to get in the water occasionally. It does make any difference. This is the entrance to Bill and Mary's apartment up here on the 2nd floor of Runaway Bay Resort. And that's 18 steps. And that is the building in which they live, number 218. Very nice place. It's excellent inside. Oh, clue you. There's a driveway, the parking lot. There's a... Wait a minute, I didn't have it turned on. I can do it over again. Interior of the Mary and Bill Carroll residence here in Florida. You can see Lillian sitting here in the living room on the Davenport and Mary by the dining room table, and behind her is the kitchen. And over here is Bill reading the Wall Street Journal, and the hall to the right goes into 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. It's a very beautiful spot to be in and enjoy the beautiful Florida sunshine and the Gulf of Mexico, which is about 200 yards straight behind me.
Luxurious living.
Yeah, this is luxurious living. We have, and there's Mary over there showing the closets. There's 2 of them there, and the bedroom with my camera case and raincoat on there, and this is the other bed right here, and the windows on the left. Very nice. Hey Dave, come on.
That was good that you...
Well, here we are, April the 2nd, 1987, out at Howard Beach Park, near Tarpon Springs, and we just arrived, and the cooks have all the food on the table, and I think I should stop this presentation now and go eat. And I think you recognize everybody right here. Can you tell us what your name is, please?
Christy.
Yeah.
Who's on the
And
end
this
down
is
there?
this is beans in here.
This is Grandma.
Over there is
And the beans are...
your Catherine.
Good thing it's warm out today. We'll open the windows.
Hi, we're having a great time here. Enjoy this beautiful day.
It's great.
Yeah,
That's after
5
how many days
of rain.
of rain?
5.
5 days of rain.
You notice he didn't have his camera out for 5 days.
yeah, my rain gauge of 6 inches in depth was full after when the rain stopped on, was it Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Yeah, I had on for a week, and it was full, 6 inches full. So it had rained for 2 days. Yesterday it was sunshiny but rather windy. Today is the best day for the next rest of this week at least. This is Thursday now, and April the 2nd, as I said, the day after April Fool's Day.
What did you do?
I spilled.
Why did you spill it?
He was trying to get it.
Uh-oh, David spilled his juice. Or maybe, I think Catherine hid it for him probably.
No, I didn't.
Why don't you move down this way?
All the way. There wasn't another plate down
See the sand crane way out there in yeah. Right there's the sand crane. Preening himself on that dead tree overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. This is right beside where we just finished eating dinner. That's Catherine putting on a show for us right out there. There she is.
Sha la 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 la.
Welcome to the tropics. Down in the Caribbean area, you see the palm trees and the white sandy beaches. Over in the distance, just past the tip of what you can see is a little corridor and islands. It's probably Tampa or Clearwater in the very far distance, but you see it looks like a little few islands out there, and you scour around and you can take a car out there. They've got the middle island built up into condominiums and apartments, And just on the other side of the tree, you'll see what you can drive out to. It's called Honeymoon Island. It's the whole island is a park. It's a little rocky in spots. It's not quite as sandy as the beach you first saw, but it's a beautiful area out there. A good place to relax and walk around. And you'll see a sandhill crane flying here. And he's just taken off. Some people scared him up. And he's taking off and flying away. Around here is the park we're eating at. This is called the Fred Howard Park. And beautiful. And what you're going to be looking at here in just a little bit is there's a causeway that goes out to a little island, which we'll show you in a little bit. See a bathing beauty sitting over here, two bathing beauties, about ready to be bathed anyway. A third one comes to join the picture, a mermaid. And this is where we had our dinner. A lot of friends around, people. Kind of a quiet day, sunny, about 70 degrees. A lot different than what it has been. And here's a couple of soccer players. And they're doing pretty good with a soccer ball. Here comes another bathing beauty who is very impressed with the guys. In the distance you see are, what? Oh, they got red yesterday. They're out in the sun. Yesterday was the first day of sunshine, and Christy's face and Catherine's back and arms got a little red. But some of them are kind of excited about it. Don't get too close. It makes the thing zoom back and forth. So Becky wants to be a movie star. There they are, playing soccer. Catherine wants to be a what? A beetle.
That's the first picture of our car.
There in the distance, well, behind the gray car and before the van is a white car.
Oh, I can't see it.
And that is a Chevy. A brand new Chevy that Grandma and Grandpa got.
Downgraded.
They downgraded from an Olds to a Chevy, but they paid twice as much for it, I'm sure, for the downgrade, because it's a new one. The other one was old. The pavilion where a lot of people eat their dinners at, lunch, enjoy the beautiful out of doors. And not far away, we'll complete our scan of the area, sandy beaches, condominiums.
This is Catherine, our storyteller.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have many stories that we need to tell, and I'm only going to tell one short one. There's this girl walking along this beach. She looked up, saw her husband. She goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm getting into the water." And she goes, "Oh," and that's the end of that. I really made up those. Thank you. We are having a wonderful time today, as you can see. Ouch! And it's nice and sunny. See, sun speak. Oh, I'm sorry, the sun doesn't speak, but we speak. Yes. Say something, Miss.
Oh, we have this beautiful beach in front of us, and we saw dolphins the other day. And we're about ready to go on the island over there and go swimming, maybe. Lay out in the sun.
Well, dinner is finished now, and we've gone to the beach. And people got their swimming clothes on. And getting ready to look at the water. I'm afraid it's a little chilly today. But anyway, here we are at the beach in the Gulf at Tarpon. And we had our lunch right across that causeway over there in those beautiful trees over there. And you can see the bridge comes across, let the boats through on the causeway. Beach along here. The main part of the beach is behind me. We're looking at the mainland over here. And the Gulf is directly behind me, although this is part of the Gulf because this is an island. At the end of the causeway, the island, and that's the Gulf over there. And the wind is coming from that direction, so that's why we're on this side of the island, to be a little more protected from the cool wind today. It's about 70 degrees in the sun, but it feels like 60 degrees when you're out of the in the wind. Chris and David down by the water, putting their toes in. It's just a little bit chilly, but they're out looking for seashells now. Carolyn's coming back up here. They don't see anybody swimming though. But the sun is beautiful to get a nice tan. April the 3rd, 1987 at Homosassa Springs. And we're going to see the alligators being fed very shortly. If you look right over there, you can see Chris and Carolyn and Catherine and Grandma, and there's David below the fence, and the girls Becky and Christy right over there.
My friend Jamie here. What Jamie's going to do Jamie's going to swim as fast as he can to the back of the habitat. And come after him, I'll throw pieces of meat to keep him away from him. Now, if you get tired, Jamie, all you got to do is come in. I'll pull you back in, right? I just got to get the back of that. All right, let me tell you what. We can't get on the tape down here. Now, this is an American crocodile. American crocodile has a breed pair left here in the United States. They're only found in South Florida, in the Keys, and in the Everglades. Now, alligators can both outrun and outswim any man. On land, they can run approximately 20 miles an hour, and they can swim about that speed also. See down there? All right, let me ring this bell and see if I can't wake some of them up. That big American crocodile over there, he is the king of the habitat, and if these smaller alligators get in his way, he won't get them. Okay, let's see if I can't wake some of these guys up.
That's a croc over there now?
Yes, we have 3 up in this tree, 2 in this tree, and 8 in the back. Now the reason these gators are not coming out into the water, they're just now starting to come out of a semi-hibernation. They can go 7 months without eating. They're responsible, hippos in Africa, responsible for thousands of deaths. Unpredictable, they're territorial.
He's got his mouth open already. Ooh. What's he giving them? Rocks?
It's, no,
Russell sprouts.
ground up vegetables.
Now when this is a marching territory, I'll back up against the wall, a fence, or whatever's close. Let it go about 90 miles an hour in a circle. Throw manure everywhere. You've got about a 10 to 15-foot range on that manure. If you stand too close to the fence or wall when you march the territory, you might be part of whole lose territory for the rest of the day. Now, hippos are strictly vegetarian. They ask you if you want to feed them. You only feed them these quite graphic here. You can find in a special lunch pack to buy up front. If he doesn't want to eat them right off, then what do you do with them? Open up, man. Say, When he was born, he weighed 19 pounds. He weighs about 5,000 pounds now. When he grows up, he'll weigh 8,000 pounds. That makes this animal the largest land animal next to the elephant. Now, the reason it's taken our room so long to do up the food, these are located in the back of the shell. Sometimes you have to hold.
Again, here we are at Homosassa Springs, a natural attraction in the woods, and we're about to partake of a, there's the natural attraction right there. We're going to partake of a boat ride down the river. You can see the river in the background, and actually the boats are floating on the river, and we're going to see some of nature's activities that you see usually underwater, but there's going to be some above board activities as well. Some of the tourists from down under, and they're about to take off on a little boat trip and see what nature has to offer. Here's a group that just came in, and we're about ready to get loaded up and to take off ourselves. Apparently the boat trip takes about 30 minutes. I don't think we'll get it all on the film, but we'll have quite a bit of it on the reel so you can enjoy it later on. Well, the tour begins with this boat going down the river. There's some mermaids and tourists in front of us interested in.
Good afternoon, investors, and welcome to Homosassa Springs Nature World. This boat trip will take 20 to 25 minutes to make a complete round trip.
Two of the tourists on this trip you'll see over here on the side, and they just we're looking at a wood duck. This is on the Homosassa River. There's two more up here. Homosassa means river of many fish. And there are some of the wood ducks that are along the river here in Homosassa Springs. A native of this area is a turkey, at least native to us here, and he is doing a special strut. He gets paid, I don't know how much, to do this strut here while the boat goes by. A little farther along our cruise here, some more turkeys and a monkey, and I think that's a goat. It's hard to see through the mirror here, but here comes somebody just offered some food, and so they're going to come and try it. Here's another strutter. I don't know if he's going to gobble again or not. He was just gobbling here a second ago. There he goes. At least he's strutting now. Two of the attractions here are these ducks. Of course, these are just plain old mallards, and none of the special variety. Ducks, however, are pretty good.
Here to the left of us with his roots about.
Now, one of the things on this island are some little monkeys, and golly, looks like a lot like. There we go. This one is Billy Carter.
We give him a beer.
Yeah.
He'd probably drink it if I give him one.
And there, when the food is.
I'm running around them, all the time. And every day. This is starter.
There's two of them coming in.
A lot of them, like the ears on them. Jimmy Carter's ears sink in for some reason. I don't know why. But if you around him every day, if I can get Patrick back over here, I'll show you how you tell him to roll.
I'm looking them all.
This is Pee-wee, that's the baby.
Yeah.
Aww.
Here, Pee-wee. Her Reagan loose, Patrick. Here.
Holding their hand out for food. See, now see this monkey on the end. Wow. And look at this other monkey. Look, 2 monkeys, 3 monkeys. Oh, there's a 4th one behind them all. There's a 4th monkey there, yes. Oh yes, I see. Natives of the area are wood ducks, and male and female going off to have their own good time. Having left the boat area, we're now going to go on another little tour under the water. Some of the natives you can see in the distance are going to go on this little fishbowl, where you end up taking a trip down under and looking at the fish from, I don't know, 10-15 feet underwater. So this is the boat area or the viewing area. There's a manatee down. You can just see them swimming through there, and a couple of the native tourists are observing, watching, waving, enjoying their find, and hoping to feed a manatee, which are a very endangered species here in Florida. But many are trying to work at saving such a critter. The tour guide there with a hat on, trying to tear away some food. There's a manatee that raised its snout and is looking for a free handout, just as the monkeys did a few minutes ago. Oops, there goes one, kicking his way of a manatee. Another one swimming along, showing his profile. Not the most beautiful creatures, but just exactly what the Lord made. Doing a rollover for us. You can notice their fat tail, and then of course you can see all the other carp-like fish around here, and look almost like a perch down there too. You can see another manatee swimming, and one creeping up on him, coming in for where the food is. This is a little younger one, and very interesting mammal. There goes a fish to eat some food there they go. Grabbed a little bit of it.
You get some shots of down below too.
Okay. Another perspective, you can see we're down below and we see several kinds of fish. There's a manatee swimming over. Those other ones look like tuna or something like that. I can't really tell what they are. Ooh, there's a little blackfish swimming by. There's a manatee tail. Striped fish are called sheepshead, and the kind of silvery ones are crevel jacks. And of course there you see a manatee smiling at us and showing us his underside. Or maybe her, oops, she's going to come down and give us a kiss here, it looks like. Yep, there she comes. Hi, see your wave or flipper at us? Yes, hello, how are you? Glad to see you and meet you too. Just observing was this spring of 10,000 fish. And there's a lot of native wildlife around here. including the manatees. What the manatee shows is this. Yeah. And here we are at Springside, and some of the natives in the area sharing their involvement. Are you jumping? No.
Get out of the way, Dad. Get out of the way, Dad. You guys are right in the way. Come on, Dad. Now wait. Sure. We got it. We're getting ready.
You go ahead, I'll get it.
No. They would have to digest it. I ran out and I gotta get it.
So, and the one on the left is a goat, the one on the right is Catherine. The one on the right is Catherine. The one on the right is Catherine.